Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Couple channel. I'm Wendy and here is my review for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails reunite to battle Shadow, a mysterious new enemy with powers unlike anything they faced before. With their abilities outmatched in every way, they seek out an unlikely alliance to stop Shadow and protect the planet. I can't believe we are on the third Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I feel like this has been just such a fun video game franchise to see succeed as a movie adaptation. And I know for the longest time we had talked about, video game movie adaptations, how a lot of them don't work, like the video game curse. Well, Sonic has proven them wrong. I'm not saying that Sonic is the only successful video game movies, but it's doing really, really well. And they just keep getting more and more fun with more and more characters. And this one is no different. So they introduced Shadow in this one, voiced by Keanu Reeves. And what I really liked is that it really sets up for this one the dynamic between, I call them Team Sonic, so between Sonic and Tails and Knuckles, and see how their dynamic and their teamwork comes to play when it comes to facing off a new opponent that's as powerful as Shadow. And this movie really just drops you right into the action. They're in Japan, they're battling Shadow, and it's very early on, you can tell, and if you're brand new to any of the Sonic lore, right away how powerful their new opponent is. And because of this, they are forced to team up with Dr. Robotnik. And another really great addition to this movie is that we get not one, but two Jim Carreys. And yes, he is playing, if you saw in the trailer, this is not a spoiler for you, he is playing Dr. Robotnik and his grandfather, Gerald Robotnik, which I think, aside from the dynamic of Team Sonic, I was cracking up every single time the two of them, and I know I'm saying it like there's two Jim Carreys, but when the two characters are on the screen at the same time, it is so overly funny. And there were a lot of times where I was like, do we need these extra scenes with them just going back and forth? It doesn't really progress the story forward, but is it hilarious, and am I eating up every bit of the comedy goods that Jim Carrey is delivering? Absolutely. So if you have enjoyed Dr. Robotnik and his antics, just you wait. It's like double the fun, double the Robotnik in this one, and I really, really enjoyed it. Now, while the action is fantastic, it's like non-stop, really, really great fight scenes, really insane, I think even more of a step up from the previous movies, I will say the story at times feels like they were trying to cram too many stories in. You obviously have the main plot of who is this Shadow character and what is his sinister plan, and we have to put a stop to it at whatever the cost. But then you have obviously to explain Shadow's origin and his story and why is he doing the things that he is doing. But then you also add in the introduction of Grandpa Robotnik, so then you kind of have that storyline also, and then there's also the Commander Walters storyline. It's a much smaller one. It doesn't take up as much screen time as everybody else's, but there's just a lot in there where it feels like it got kind of overstuffed. And some of the stories, it just kind of felt a little empty. I will also say Kristen Ritter is in this. And I was expecting her to have a much bigger role. She had a way smaller, I think I counted she's in 2 or 3, maybe 3 to 4 scenes. And that was it. And I thought that maybe her character was going to be of importance to the Shadow storyline, or there was going to be something more, and there wasn't. And I was kind of surprised by that given her resume, but it was nice to see her face again, and maybe she'll come back, in the next movie, who knows. And with that, I think it's time to rate the movie. The movie couple rating is listed for you in the video description below. I was expecting to have a ton of fun in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I'm just so happy to see this franchise continuing to succeed, continue to keep going, and I had a ton of fun. I was laughing, I was enjoying what I was seeing. I felt pretty invested in Shadow's character and Shadow's origin story. I liked seeing how all of that play out. I especially enjoyed all the comedic bits by the two Robotniks. I really think that was really hilarious. And it's just always fun to see Sonic and Tails and Knuckles back on screen. Knuckles is low-key, like, hilarious. I think we kind of already saw that in the second one. Like, but he is comedy gold also. I feel like the second act got a little overstuffed, it got a little convoluted, and then they were writing things for convenience sake. Like, there was a part where they had to infiltrate a headquarters, and I won't get too much into that, but somebody had to infiltrate the headquarters, and the way that things happened was just too easy. It was kind of, it felt like they were running out of time to finish, to tie up all the loose ends, so but we have to infiltrate to get to the next step. And they're just gonna happen really quickly, very predictable. And that was, honestly, it kind of stopped the momentum a little bit, but the third act with the big fight scene and everything really picked it back up. So for me, this movie is a check it out, especially if you've enjoyed all the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. I have to let you know before you click out of this video, do stay all the way through all of the credits. There's not just one, but two post-credit / mid-credit scenes. So make sure you stay for those. They are very, very important. You're going to be sad if you miss it. And there you have it. Those are my thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Let me know your thoughts once you've seen the movie in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.